Good morning, everybody. Whenever I meet people, so long, you see, same face, one nose, two eye, one mouth, then I always feel we are brothers, sisters. Physically, brain, same. And then, emotionally, we are same. And mentally, same. So now, most important, everybody want happy life. And the basis of happiness is human compassion, warm-heartedness. So now some scientists say basic human nature is more compassionate. That's how scientists say. They say constant anger, hatred is actually eating our immune system. Now that's scientists say. So it is quite clear. You see, we are social animal. So individuals' happy life entirely depend on community. So therefore, human being from birth, we very much depend on others' affection. Then the end, when we're dying, you see, the dying person knows now dollars or gold rings or diamond rings is no longer useful, no longer help. Only some dollars in your bank, now no use, that person knows. Only surrounded human being, trusted human being, with a smile and showing genuine sense of concern of the dying person's life. That gives the dying person happy. So from the beginning of our life and till end of our life, human compassion is key thing. This is not compassion, warm-heartedness is something religious matter. No. Since all religion, human beings' religion, therefore all religion emphasizes importance of compassion because we are born that way and remain our daily life surrounded with people who shows smiling, we feel much happier. So therefore, now in order to achieve happy human life, the inner, I usually call good quality, human compassion, warm-heartedness, that's the ultimate source of happy life, isn't it? So I believe that, and I practice daily. As soon as I wake up, I sort of determined that day, early morning, this day should be something useful to others. So that's part of human nature as a social animal, and then practically also source of our happiness. And real compassion is towards our enemy. That's real compassion. Our sense of concern towards our friend is more mixture, or because of mixture, mixed with affection, attachment. So that's not genuine compassion. Genuine compassion towards your enemy. Now here we make distinction. Actor, action. Enemy's action is concerned harming to you. So you may need necessary sort of counter, because of the method to stop their harmful action. But actor, still human brothers, sisters. And today's your troublemaker, if you keep warm-heartedness towards them, then afterwards, today's the troublemaker eventually become best friend. So we should make distinction, actor, action. Action, sometimes we need as a countermeasure, criticize, like that. But actor, as a human brothers, sisters, we must keep our loving kindness. Okay. We do that. Some of the Chinese, most sort of hardliner people, as an actor, we always keep compassion. My daily practice, take and give. Sometimes these hardliner Chinese visualize and take their anger, their suspicion, and give my compassion, forgiveness to them. So that is not necessarily some help to solve the problem, but mentally, such practice can keep my mind peaceful and a compassionate mind. Okay. So action level is sometimes we criticize publicly, like that. So that's important. So you basically your face Westerner. So emotionally no differences. Any African? No African. Okay. So we 7 billion beings, we are same. So because we are same emotionally, mentally, physically also. So this is my experience. Through practice compassion, that can keep my mind more peaceful. And perhaps more smiling face. Okay. So whether believer or non-believer, or in other words, religious-minded or not, that is personal matter. So long we are a human being, so long we are one of the 7 billion human beings. So everyone wants happy life, peaceful mind. All have the same potential, like that. So now I want to take questions. So this meeting should be a session, question and answer.
If you could please just give some advices for Westerners that are thinking about ordination in the Tibetan tradition. His Holiness has any advice for those that want to become monks or nuns?
I think better to seek advice from these Western become monks, nuns. So, as I mentioned earlier, no differences, Westerner, Easterner, Southerner, Northerner. Yes, different because of different climate and through generations, some kind of different cultural heritage, but emotionally same. So, the very meaning to become monk or nun is, you see, reduce these negative emotions such as sexual desire and stealing, killing, or four main practice, parachika, killing human being, and then stealing, then big lie, then sexual. So, these are, you see, I think when Buddha there, see Buddha emphasis in the Buddhist, also, in his follower, no differences on the basis of racial thing or class thing. And female, male, female, no differences. He gives us equal right. And that gives us, so he considers we all have the same potential to be a good human being, then in this case, good Buddhist, we are same. So, monks, nuns, also the main, also the practice is 10 non-virtues.
Avoiding 10.
And then, as a monk, celibacy, monks and nuns, like that. Otherwise, we are same. With rope and mentally, same. Always think money, 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 money. then artificial monk. Even some Tibetan lamas also used to think money, money, money. Next question.
What is the best thing that Buddhist tradition can teach to Christians? And what is the best thing for you that Buddhists can learn from Christian tradition?
All major religious tradition, it's the same concept, love, including Muslim. One occasion in Ladakh, one big meeting, local big meeting, one Muslim leader mentioned, as a Muslim, we love Allah. So therefore, as much you love Allah, you must love all the creature of Allah. Very good. So, they are good. So, all religion, you see, carry same message of love. As I think mentioned here, as I mentioned, all religion are religion of human being. So therefore, logically, all religion carry the message of best human quality, that's human love. Okay. Like that. Then Christian, like Muslim, Judaism, and many other religions, believe God, Creator. So then God, as our Father, See, the meaning of God is infinite love. So all are creator, one God, that's infinite love. So we all children of that kind of Father. So if you genuinely believe that and practice that, then entire 7 billion human beings are the God's children, brothers, sisters. And if you seriously think that, it is impossible to kill each other. We all children of same Father, isn't it? So the Christianity sort of believe one God, infinite love. So entire 7 billion human beings all are same Father, come from same Father. The Father's nature is infinite love. So children of that kind of Father should be more compassionate sort of person. So if you seriously think that, believe that, then there is no basis killing among human beings. Okay. So they're like Christian and Muslim and Judaism and also other sort of many Hindu religion and Islam is all, you see, believe God, creator. And then one part of Sankhyaism over 3,000 years. Then Jainism, then Buddhism, no concept of God, creator. According to Buddhism and Jainism, you see, emphasis self-creation. So Buddha clearly expressed, or Buddha cannot wash sin of his follower, right? Nor he cannot sort of remove his followers' suffering. Nor he cannot sort of give us all his inner quality out of compassion. No. The only way to help to his follower is give teaching and how to create happy life and happy society. So only through his teaching. So since Buddha Dharma, one of the godless religion, we emphasize one's own because of the transforming, utilize all the seed of good human beings, good because of good seed, utilize that, and using human intelligence, animals, birds, human being, we all want happy life. But we have this special brain. So we must utilize this brain in order to strengthening this good human quality, or those things which bring happiness to oneself and the other. That's good part of human emotion. And anger, jealousy, these are the negative emotion to bring, because of the unhappy oneself, then also create trouble to other. So that part of emotion is automatically reduced. Try to increase this positive emotion. So the godless religion very much sort of emphasis the training our mind, utilize our intelligence, investigate what kind of emotion bring happiness and peace, what emotion create trouble in our own mind and create in the family or in the community. So analyze what kind of emotion. Then once we realize some emotion very destructive, some emotion constructive, then further investigate what is the causes of this emotion. Like that. That's the word, little bit sort of strange, God-less religion. So that's the way to transform our emotion. We fully utilize human brain. Those people who believe God, and then everything, God, 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 God. Pray to God, pray to God. As I mentioned earlier, so those religions no concept of creator, then self-creation. Try to change our own emotion. Okay. Isn't it? Next question.
Dear Dalai Lama, how can I help my mother and other people who are very ill but not believe Buddhism and other religions?
As I mentioned earlier, I think compassion, generally speaking, good human quality. So irrespective whether believer or non-believer. So as a sort of part of human community, so loving kindness, particularly those suffering people and people who are passing through unfortunate life, we should pay more attention, our love, our genuine sense of concern, and help as much as you can.
My question is, how to quickly attain enlightenment?
Buddhahood, ultimately Buddhahood, that means enlightened person. In order to get fully enlightened, all the negative obstacles that should remove. Not through prayer, but through meditation, thinking. Two kinds of meditation. Firstly, shamatha. Shamatha means sort of, increase ability of mind to think deeper level. So usually our mind scattered, and mainly senses of organs mainly dominant our mind. So now that firstly reduce relying on the sensorial experiences. So through that way, sixth mind, we call sixth mind, then the ability of sixth mind increase. The sense of organs now more or less neutralize. Then sixth mind become more alert. Alert, Marbe. Then that is we call concentration. Then the mental sort of ability to concentrate increase. Then think about the reality of mind itself. Usually, you see, we just take for granted there is mind, there is I. But if you investigate, where is the mind, what is mind, we can't find. And then I also, you see, it is true. We each person have the feeling of I, or human being. Human being is I. But if you investigate, what is human being? What is I? We can't find. When you look here, you are seeing one monk. But if you analyze, I am seeing the monk's body, and hearing his voice. And through that way, some extent, he knows the monk's mind. But where is the monk? Where is the I, self? Nothing. Buddha, the great master of Buddhism, Nagarjuna, stated, if we analyze what is Buddha, his body is Buddha's body, not Buddha. His mind, Buddha's mind, not Buddha. Beside his mind and body, no Buddha. So ultimately, you can't find Buddha. This is the Pungman Pungul Leshame, Telateme, Tedeme, Dishishibo Pungdeme, Dishishibo Kangshi.
So, Master Nagarjuna in his Mula Madhyamaka says the Tathagata is neither one with his aggregates nor separate from them, and the Tathagata is not within the aggregates, nor are the aggregates within him, and nor does the Tathagata possess the aggregates. What else is the Tathagata?
You see, that is the reality. Appearance, yes, there is Dalai Lama, and this each individual human being. Yes, on the basis of appearances, yes, there are many human beings, and mainly Westerner. But if you investigate what's the I, what's the self, you can't find. So therefore, if you investigate, now quantum physics also, beside the appearances, deeper level, reality, nothing. The objective thing, external thing, objectively does not exist objectively, but observer, so long observer there, things there, when no longer observer, difficult to say whether there is something exists or not. That's now quantum physicists say. That concept, over 1,000 years, the Nalanda tradition, Chitta Mantra, or mind-only school of thought, and then middle way, Madhyamika philosophy. Now always make distinction, appearance and reality. The reality, nothing exists as appears. So, if we investigate where is self, nothing we can find. That's now quantum physicists also now, some student, quantum physicists, they begin to feel there is no independent existence. So once know that, the grasping something independently exists, that reduces. That is the basis of angers and desires, all this destructive emotion, very much based on appearances. Something exists there independently, good or bad, something objectively exists there. That creates attachment or anger like that. So now some quantum physicists, some student, they feel or reduce the Zimba Tampu Shuchong Ruis.
So when they understand that things do not have an absolute existence, good or bad or whatever, and it helps to reduce their reactivity to hold on to something to be good or bad, absolutely.
So that's exactly Madhyamika philosophy, psychology, exactly mentioned that. In order to reduce the strength of negative emotion, you should sort of understand the ultimate reality. Nothing exists independently. Now that helpful to reduce negative emotion. Positive emotion not based on that. So there is also, you see, really it gives us sort of hope. All negative emotion based on ignorance, or all positive emotion based on reason. So up to now, our intelligence not fully sort of also utilized. So once we utilize these our intelligence fully with the help of mathematical philosophies, sort of psychology or these things, then it brings conviction, or I can reduce my own negative emotion, because this negative emotion based on ignorance can remove. Positive emotion based on reason. So through practice, year by year, we can increase. Okay. Thank you. Next question.
Dear Dalai Lama, I'd like that you say something more about the difference that you posed at the beginning of this our meeting between real compassion and false compassion. First of all. Second, the application of in therapeutical field and political field of the a Western theory of neuroscience that borrow the concept, the practice of compassion from Buddhism and apply at a base of attachment, a sort of couple between compassion, that it seems to me false, and theory of attachment. So the reduction of negative emotion had made just to justify a base inattackable of attachment. So it's impossible for this kind of science. I'm a scientist, but I'm against this kind of suggestion. It's just made this reduction of negative emotion to justify the base of attachment. So it would be impossible for this kind of science make a distinction between appearance and objectivity, like you posed before. So the appearance, autonomous appearance, it is possible. This kind of science that are the most of the science in the Western world that works for, I repeat, political institution application and therapeutic application.
As I mentioned earlier, this is some kind of closeness feeling towards one's own friend. There's much mixed with attachment. Towards enemy, no attachment, even anger. So genuine sense of concern or loving kindness towards your enemy is genuine compassion, not mixed with attachment. So therefore, the Shantadeva says, your enemy is best teacher of for practitioner. The thinking, all the reasons, they also same sentient being. They also want happiness, yet they suffer problem. So genuine sense of concern of them is genuine compassion. So the Shantadeva, as I mentioned, you see, the enemy is best teacher. Now scientists up to later part of 20th century, the scientists, you see, no idea, consciousness, just a brain. Now later part, through experiment, some people who have some deeper experience, meditation, the single point of the meditation, then deeper meditation, brain activities much reduce. And then deeper meditation affect brain cell. So now, later part of 20th century, now scientists, particularly the brain scientists, now they begin to feel there is something which affects our brain. So they still cannot identify mind, but still they accept now there is something which affects our brain. So now, also now, there are number of cases, person who die physically, heart beating stop. As soon as that, brain dead, but body remain very fresh. Next 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, sometimes over a month, like that. So now scientists say not yet I mean, they cannot explain that how it happened. So like Richard Davidson, specialist about brain, now he set up one special sort of group people, you see, investigate person who passed, who dead, but the body still remain fresh. Now just last week, some people die, physically die, but mind still remain fresh. So including my own teacher, after his death, I think the next 18 days, 2 weeks, his body remained fresh. So similarly, some practitioner in South India is after death, physical remain very fresh. So some wire put on his sort of head and then communicate with Richard Davidson in Wisconsin University. So he found some indication of movement, brain level. So these two scientists, brain specialists, not known. So we already have some kind of project to further investigation. We call Tuktam, after death, still body remain fresh. So we have the fuller sort of explanation. Mind, many level. Now this very moment, one seeks the mind, very grosser level, with 5 senses of organs. Then during sleep, dreaming, another level of mind. Then deep sleep without dream, further deeper. So when people faint, then that seeks the mind further deeper. And at the time of death, because of the deepest, the sixth mind consciousness. So they took them. I already mentioned that. You see, the person who remained the deepest level of consciousness. So at that time, very, very subtle level of mind, and combined with very subtle level of energy. The energy, consciousness always go together. So deepest level of consciousness with deepest level of subtle energy. So that when you see that end, then you see death. So that subtle consciousness with subtle energy go next life. So some memory about past life you see carrying on that level. So I have some friend, they say when they meditate these things and experience more deeper level of consciousness, then some memory about past life, or they feel like that. So subtle consciousness, that no beginning, no end. That usually we call, according to Buddhism, we call Buddha nature. Eventually, in that level of subtle consciousness become Buddha's mind. Okay, so you also have that. So eventually you can reach Buddhahood. Okay, next question.
Dear His Holiness, we are some group of people from Cuba and from Russia.
Karsa.
My question is about how can we change the situation and how to visit His Holiness to Russia.
Now, firstly, practical level, you should get agreement from Mr. Putin. Previously, you see, when I visit Europe, I stop Karsa, Sajdi. Kalmikia. But recent years, I cannot sort of get the permission. So difficult to go to Europe, 8 hours flight, difficult. So previously, Delhi to Kalmikia, 4 hours, Kalmikia to Europe, another 4 hours, then easy. So without the support from Kremlin, from Russia, Russian government, difficult. But then secondly, now getting older, so several hours flight, difficult. Whether my physical reach there or not, we can communicate through telecast or television, through television. The other day, I discussed with some group of Tibetan and Chinese in New York through Kasota. So nowadays, you see these also the technology, the physical distance, not much differences. So, and then also I through telecast, I give some teaching to Mongolia from Dharamsala. So, they call me here in this area. You see, no problem. Yes, okay, thank you.
I would like to ask you, I am thinking to do a yoga teacher training, mixing yoga with Buddhism. So I would like to ask you if you think this is beneficial or this mix, and also which topics do you think are the more important to include in a course like it could be like this, a short for philosophy, only 30 hours, and meditation. What do you think will be the more essential topics to include?
The yoga, these days also called yoga, some physical exercise, and also controlled breathing. These are something common between Buddhism, Buddhist Tantra, and Hindu, same. So you can carry, combine yoga practice. You see, very helpful. You see, to increase concentration of our mind. Then the non-Buddhist is to concentrate Atma, soul, which separate from this body and mind. Some soul, Atma. The Buddhists no such independent, separate I or self. Self is merely designated on the combination of body and mind. So you can combine these two things. That's very good. And the yoga practice, very helpful for our health and increase the power of our sort of concentration. Concentration increase. That's very good. Then, next question. Oh, yes.
Could you explain a bit, please, the role of spiritual guru in the development of spiritual student? And for those who are sitting here and dreaming to be your spiritual student, can you give a blessing and become a guru?
That's already translation there.
Are you familiar with the Nandam Chemu?
He clearly mentioned at the beginning how to choose your Lama and what kind of sort of quality should be your Lama. He's quite frank. You see, in order to become Lama, in order to help other people, firstly, Lama himself, you see, should have some deeper experience. Then, I think he quite wise. He mentioned, if Lama says something wrong, you should criticize.
So if the teacher actually teaches something that is against the dharma, you should hear.
Any and
And if the teaching is something that falls with the dharma, then you should follow it. Otherwise, if it doesn't fall with the dharma, you should follow it.
So that's, I think, a very realistic approach. And some teaching say, Lama should consider living Buddha, and whatever Lama say, you must accept is wrong. The Nagarjuna, then we can say Nagarjuna, you see, Gomuluru Shin is Yao must love children.
So otherwise you would also have to say that Nagarjuna really has to put sentence or line to do.
Because you see, these is a great Indian sort of master. You see, they criticize their own Lama. That's very good. However, because the disciple of Bosuband, Tishecheva Mintones, Nebe Lönam Chis.
So in the text, which is a commentary written by Haribhadra on Abhisamaya Alankara, he actually mentions that how his own teacher, Vasubandhu, interpreted the Perfect Wisdom Sutras is not correct. And therefore, according to Vibhuti Sena, actually went against Vasubandhu's philosophical assertion and interpreted it from the point of view of the Yamaka tradition.
강사를 medun chöl dön döbashiti chö de changdun medun ngedun dön ngedun de namshil medun yeshil döns döbashisati dünshi.
So we have to follow the known as the four reliances, which means that you should not rely on persons of the teaching, and within the teaching not on the interpretable ones or provisional ones, but the definitive ones. And within that, not just on the intellectual understanding, but the deeper wisdom.
So investigation, very important. As Buddha himself, taking a lesson, Chenakanda in the Samlutan, any Jimden de Kali in Changdun, the Ngedun, Tashi Makaran, the Ruan, the Miru, Ibjitang.
So when we actually follow the teaching, we should use our intelligence in order to delve deeper into the truth through reasoning, not just through faith.
Hmm?
And thereby make a distinction between what are provisional teachings and what are definitive teachings.
Then some Lama, some
lamas may say that you have to actually see whatever the Lama does as positive. And that, I think, has its own demerits.
Hmm. Then Lama got more freedom. Lama also disciple of Buddha. He should follow Buddha's teaching. Lama have no special right to do whatever he like. No. I think Nalanda tradition, excellent. And of course, Buddha's own sort of also the teaching, excellent. Now look, the Pali tradition, very good. You see, they strictly practice Vinaya sort of tradition. Then eventually in Tibet, I think Tantric teaching, too much sort of popular. The Tantric teaching, then the special sort of respect to one's own Lama. Then I think, frankly speaking, some cases, some unqualified Lama exploited that one. So we have to careful. We must take seriously the basic Buddha's line, not individual Lama say something. Jasaga, ngay di jinze lekthong sayadi, dinala labrin shaminala menduka, dizibze samtangwa, imji tangwa.
So we need to be able to be discreet when the Lama say that whatever some Lama does is positive. Because Lama Jetongpa doesn't mention that point in his Lama. We need to keep thought.
As soon as you consider me as your Lama, automatically I become your Lama. There is no sort of formal ceremony, no need. And you should check my sort of talk, my teaching. Check the Dalai Lama's teaching goes well, whether Nalanda Master's sort of teaching and Nagarjuna's teaching. And in Tibet case, I think the Lama Tsongkhapa, maybe I little bit biased because we are same sort of native people. Amdo, same Amdo. His birthplace and my birthplace very near. So that's
why, as Tibetans say, we are from the same native land.
So his sort of writing, 18 volume. If we check thoroughly all his teaching, exactly, you see, carry Nagarjuna's philosophy. So when he's writing some commentary, he check all different sources and then analyze. So it is quite wonderful. So sometimes I describe Lama Tsongkhapa was the second Nagarjuna. Gomulru Nibaris can say it. Till Kurang Sunglu to Simjushana, Jim Jimeshi or to Rio Sekis the Mabiche. Kurang Sungshabdi to Simjushana, when that Nagarjuna Sung deity, Tagda Dotekidua.
So if you actually look at Tsongkhapa's writings themselves, you'll see his authority or his that he is a master of the teaching, the Buddhist teaching. And you don't have to credit him as a teacher because of his clairvoyance or some kind of a miracle that he could show. By judging by his writings, you can tell that he's, that's why I call him the second Nagarjuna.
As a follower of Nalanda tradition, a Nalanda tradition utilized extensively logical approach, not faith. Even you see, Buddha's own word, we investigate why he tell such things. So, as a follower of Nalanda tradition, it is very important. First, why? That's very important. Even Buddha's own word, why, and our own Lama say something, why. That's important. Not say yes. So I'm a follower of Nalanda tradition. So the investigation is key factor, not faith. So why? That's very important. If the teaching truly based on reason, then further investigation, why, then this, because of the object become clearer, and that brings convince, because of the conviction. So without an investigation, yes,
It's not good just to accept whatever the lamas or teachers say on the face value.
Oh yeah. Next question.
Holiness, thank you so much for this opportunity, first of all. And on behalf of our Sangha, we would like to know, we are from Rotterdam, and also my teacher also has a center in Luxembourg. And this is Lama Jyotirao, and we would like to bless our center that we can manifest all his activities without any obstacles. So I hope you can bless us. Thank you.
Madam, what you need? Yes? Certainly, I pray. Oh. Takardo.
Your Holiness, thank you very much for welcoming us. We also heard many times that according to Bodhgaya tradition, the devotion to the Guru is really important for the attainment of the ultimate realization. Is it true? It's not just about reasoning, but it's also very much important about the devotion according to Bodhgaya.
당연히 안 되게 젊으실 수는 돼. 냐라 라메 천이 되면 라마 거봐. 사진데 인도잖아요. 젊으시기 너무 처음에 나로려야. 아니 고다 빼야고도가 랑모 저 현대에 내매베 신규도 언데가 토마를 랑게 규도 거서. 랑게 규 누루대야 강중중 그 주버잖아요. 아니 똑배 연도 명도 따버리게 매패. 제가 뭐 찌듯은 배규 들으실 거서. 되는 러버를 무슨 숨도 내배 두어로 쏘고 숨소 세웠다디 개심 스타트디 강중주 그 주버전에 또가 있는데 민도 따고래 매변사디.
So in this case, as what is said by Master Tsongkhapa in his great treatise of the path of enlightenment, it's very important to understand. When he mentions the criteria of Lama, a spiritual master, it says that someone who actually wants or wishes to tame others, discipline others, themselves. And the way to discipline themselves is not just to, pick up the practices from here and there and have some kind of so-called experience, that you may call it experience of Dharma, but that experience must be in accord with the three trainings of the teaching of the Buddha.
Now, 지당다 그런 배변 남반나리 가서도 배변 남반나리 이내리 다가는 신기변나 길이 남부터 이내리 지금 뭐지 대바신 되기도 가 지상아도 그 지당에니 별이야 상하게 최대 달수 신부체 애니 상하게 최대 뭐냐잖아 산지기 최려야 대바 지zen다 강사 거전스 야와체니 상하의 최대 강사 거전리 강사 찾아보지기 감다 매버도 뛰니 좀 된다게 송셔버지 대바 지zen디 강사 지원도 전 송셔버지 저땅아서 별이야 대바 지zen 공도 쳐버들 현양당 애니 강사 거전스 디가는 쉽친도와 뒤놓아샤.
So of course in Tibet, Tantra became very widespread, and in a way,
그게 중요해. 그게 뭐 중요해?
within the teaching of the Buddha, you have to understand there are those teachings which are of general characteristics, the general structure, the basic, the foundation that you must actually practice first, and then there are those which are specialized teachings, which are Tantra teachings. So in Tibet, what has happened is people have neglected the general structure of the teaching of the Buddha and pay more attention to Tantra. And that's some kind of a mistake that people have made.
So these days, I'm expressing we 21st century Buddhists should be the only church the only Tibetan 게 only church
So in following the teaching of the Buddha, there are two ways. One is based on, you can follow the teaching based on faith alone, which is done by the less intelligent people, and the other way is follow the teaching on the basis of the way the intelligent ones follow it, through reason. And so we must follow the second one.
뭐도 쟁은 저바 전세가 나라 온두 대배전라도 오늘 취지전라서 이셔야래.
So in Haribhata's commentary called Sputa or Clear Meaning, he mentions these two types of followers of the Buddha, the intelligent ones and then those less intelligent.
So now we Buddhists should be follow the own 취지전랑 eradication.
As Buddhists, we must follow the first pattern of following the teaching, which is based on reason.
Before faith study, then you saw reasons, the systematic sort of method to improve our mind, and in order to reach Buddhahood. So once you understand sufficiently, then develop faith. That's good. Without knowing that sort of path so sufficiently, just faith, sometimes dangerous. Okay. So we should be 21st century Buddhist, more investigation, not just blind faith. Okay. So, now picture.